With Blackmagic recently announcing their new Pocket 6K Pro camera, my DMs were blowing up yesterday and people were just asking me, should they upgrade to this camera? So I'm here to tell you my thoughts on this new camera and if it's the camera for you. Cue the logo. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time, welcome back. I'm gonna get straight into it and tell you what I think about this camera. Please don't crucify me in the comments because this is not gonna be a technical review because the camera hasn't even come out yet. I'm basically reviewing the live stream that they had yesterday and telling you how I feel about it. The new Pocket 6K Pro comes in at about $2,500, which is not a bad price range for what you're getting. I'm gonna just come straight out and say it. The best feature that they put on this new camera is the ND filters. If you're a run and gun style shooter, then you need access to ND filters, and this camera has them built in, which is a great plus. Another great thing about this camera that people are gonna go crazy over is the tilt out flip screen in the back. It's a 5-inch screen in the back, and I've always loved the 5-inch screen, but I felt they could do more if they tilted out. It doesn't flip out like other cameras, but it tilts up and down, and that's pretty good for me. It's pretty much the same body design, but I feel like it's a tad bit bulkier. All in all, I feel like it's not a great improvement from the Pocket 6K, but it is a solid improvement. As I said earlier, I'm not going to talk about the specs because you could go right on their website and look up the specs of it. But one spec that does stand out to me is the fact that you can now record B-RAW in 4K, which is a game changer. Now, I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy saying, oh, well, if you have a 6K, you could just record the B-RAW in 6K. Sometimes, if you have a Pocket 4K like I do and you want to have 4K footage, you got to match it up. And I don't like editing in ProRes. I do edit in ProRes, but B-RAW, once you've edited in B-RAW, it changes your life forever. With all that being said, what are some cons of this camera? And out the box, I don't think it has much cons because it's the same camera as before. Will it fit on your gimbal? I think you'll be all right. So all you gimbal users out there, let's not start crying about the form factor because the form factor is just fine. Throw some counterweights on that bad boy, learn how to balance it, and you'll be just fine. Now, to answer the million-dollar question, is this camera for you? And that depends on a few things. If you've never had a Blackmagic camera before and you're in the market for a new camera, definitely get this camera. If you already have a Pocket 4K or a Pocket 6K and it's already rigged out, you got your ND filters, you got your ProMIS, you got your monitor, then you may not need this camera. This camera may not be for you. If you want a solid A cam from your Pocket 4K and you want to run that 2-camera setup, then this 6K Pro is definitely for you. If you're coming from the Canon or Sony world and things like autofocus mean a lot to you, then this isn't the camera for you. If you are coming from that Sony or Canon world and you want to get into more cinema-based work and you're not a run and gun style shooter, this camera is for you. The thing I've learned shooting on the Pocket 4K for the last 2 years is that you really need to take time getting your images together and learning how to use this camera. If you learn how to use this camera properly, it'll work in control situations and it'll work in run and gun situations. So the same thing could be said for the Pocket 6K. At this moment, will I buy the Pocket 6K Pro? And I'm gonna have to say no. That was kind of hot. I should be a rapper. 6K Pro, I'ma say no.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna get the Pocket 6K Pro right now. And I'm gonna tell you why. I have a fully rigged out Pocket 4K and I don't need the extra bells and whistles, and I'm not in the market for rigging up another camera at this present moment. If you've never owned any of the Pocket cameras and you're interested, then this 6K Pro could be for you. Let me tell you some reasons why the 6K Pro is not for everyone. I have a fully rigged out Pocket 4K. I have ND filters, I have my monitor, I have external mics, I have my external SD card, and I have my cage, follow focus, rails, you name it, I've got everything. So that's the reason why I'm not gonna invest into a 6K Pro just yet. I'll wait. At the end of the day, let me stop playing with y'all. I think all these cameras, whether it be Blackmagic, Sony, Canon, they're all phenomenal cameras. So use whatever works best for you in your situation because they're all tools in our tool belt. So with that being said, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. and share this with all of your friends because I like when people see all of this. With that being said though, I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side and I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm Tawasi. Don't forget, follow me on that Instagram and I'll holler at you later.